Hola and bienvenidos to my very first flip lesson. Today we are going to be discussing los verbos de cambio radical, aka stem changing verbs. So what I would like you to do before you get too far into this video is make sure that you have 3 different colored pens. I have black and blue and purple, but you can pick any colors that you choose. But I will be checking to make sure that you use 3 different colors of ink. Okay, let's begin. What are some stem changing verbs? For these verbs, the stem, or raíz, changes when you conjugate them. There are 3 different types of stem changing verbs in the present tense. Today, we will be talking only about the stem changers that go from E to IE. Por ejemplo, take the verb querer, to want. What is the stem or raíz? So the stem would be everything that comes before the AR, ER, or IR endings. So for querer, you would draw a line there and then write it here, Q-U-E-R. What will the new stem or raíz be, since querer is an E to IE stem changer? So there's only one E in the stem, so I would circle this E and know that this is going to change to IE. So over here, I would write Q-U-I-E-R. This is the new stem. For the letter E in the stem changes to IE in all forms except, because we're speaking Spanish and there's always an exception. So in all forms except the nosotros and vosotros forms. If you look at the shape of the shaded sections below, this is why the stem changers are nicknamed boot verbs. Okay, so let's kind of walk through querer. So draw the line for where the stem would be again, and then we're going to translate it to English. So querer, it says up here, to want. Now before we get too much further, what I would like everyone to do is, looking at this conjugation chart, draw a line around like this. These are the ones that are going to have the changed stem, like a boot. You draw shoelaces if you want. Ta-da! So for these subjects, we're going to write in the stem changed. So Q-U-I-E-R, Q-U-I-E-R, and muy bien. Now, using a different color, we're going to write in the endings just for these subjects. So think about it. Is querer an AR, ER, or IR? It's an ER, so remember your ER endings. So quiero, quieres, quiere, and quieren. Bien. Now in your third color, I want you to write in the nosotros and vosotros forms. So since it does not stem change, this is the exception, we would just write in the original stem, Q-U-E-R, and then the ending, E-M-O-S, queremos. And the vosotros, Q-U-E-R-E-I-S, queréis. Looks good? Muy bien. Now we're going to practice just with the verb querer. So complete the sentence with the correct form of the verb querer, to want. So let's do number 1 together. Omar y Catarina unas camisas rojas. So Omar y Catarina want some red shirts. Omar y Catarina, look up here, quieren. Okay, take a minute, do these next couple, pause the video, and then we'll come back together. Okay, I hope you took a minute and filled those out. So, número dos, tú, look up here, quieres. Ronald y yo. So what do we think Ronald y yo is? Nosotros, right? So we're going to make sure that we're not changing the stem. So, tú, you, y, el, o, es. Queremos. Ronald y yo queremos comprar ropa nueva. Número cuatro. Doris. Doris no blank estudiar. Doris, ella, no quiere. Okay. Hope you take a second, make sure you have everything correct. If not, fix it. And we're going to move on to the back. Okay, more verbs. The verbs below are E to IE stem changers. Número uno. Write the English definition for each verb. Número dos. Underline the stem of each verb, everything before the AR, ER, IR ending. And then número tres. Circle the E that will stem change when you conjugate the verb. So primero, write the English definition for each verb. So why don't we just do cerrar together? So cerrar, to close. Then in a different color, I want you to do number two. Underline the stem. And then in your third color, circle the E that will stem change. Okay, so take a minute, pause the video, and fill out the rest of this top part. Okay, I hope you all took a minute to pause the video and fill this part out. Take a minute and look what I've written. Make sure that you have the right E circled. I'd like to bring your attention to preferir. It is the second E that is going to stem change and not the first one. Okay, so this second E is circled. Okay, muy bien. Now on to this bottom part. So when completing the charts below, follow the following steps. 1. Translate the verb to English. 2. Underline the stem of each verb. 3. Circle the E that will stem change. Now 4. Outline or highlight the boot where the stem change occurs. Number 5. Write the stem in the boot. Number 6. Think about if the verb is an AR, ER, or IR verb, and write the correct endings in the boot. Number 7. Conjugate the nosotros and vosotros forms outside the boot. So it's kind of in the same pattern that we've been doing. Why don't we all do pensar together? So pensar, like we have up here, to think. Underline the stem of each verb. So here is the stem. Circle the E that will stem change. So again, do this in a different color. This is the E that will change. Now highlight the boot where the stem change occurs. So in these boxes, creating the boot shape. Okay, then we're going to go through and write the stem in the boot. So remember, you're going to write it right off the bat with the stem change. Think about the ending. AR, ER, IR, this is an AR verb, and then write the correct endings. So grab your different color for the endings. So pensar, pienso, piensas, piensa, piensan. Then finally, conjugate the nosotros and vosotros forms outside the boot. So remember, these are the ones that do not change. So pensamos y pensáis. Okay, so take a minute, pause the video, complete the rest of the chart, Now I know that there's two entenders. This one should turn into comenzar. So just make that one correction, comenzar. Okay? See you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. So take a minute and check what you have compared to what I have. And make sure that you have your endings in different colors and your nosotros and vosotros forms in different colors. I did want to bring your attention to preferir. It is the only one that we have that is an IR verb. So what is different about the IR verbs than ER verbs? The nosotros form. So preferimos. Preferimos. Okay? I know that this is a bit repetitious, but it's something that we're going to be working with quite a bit through Lección 1 and Lección 2 for this Unidad 4. Okay? So, muy bien, great job, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Adios!